Good morning. It is episode 14 of Broadcast Delta. Today I'm going to be walking through the free resources that I have put onto I've ended up actually putting onto my, what do you call it, my Instagram. And I've actually put in there to allow y'all to use to be able to essentially jumpstart your business and where you're at in entrepreneurship. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start sharing my screen. Here we go. All right, so when you go into the free resources, the first few things you'll see is basic cold call scripts, how to find leads on Google Maps, Instagram outreach, step-by-step framework, LinkedIn outreach, and optimized cold calling script. So essentially, this is going to be a shorter kind of live stream today, but what you're going to do is first, this cold calling script is going to be for after you have found leads and you're actually calling them. So first you're going to go to how to find leads on Google Maps. And this is working for mainly B2B. This is a mainly B2B focus. And what you're doing here is essentially everything that I've shown you for outreach is you're going to go to Google Maps. It's just a step-by-step guide on exactly how to be able to find people on Google to actually connect with. And as far as that goes, it really just comes down to just this script is super basic. I do have to say, this is the first script that I was running with, and this is a script that you can use when it comes to not understanding how cold calling works. We're not understanding sales yet. This is definitely something you can really, really use and leverage to your advantage. So I definitely suggest you go through and look at this to try and understand how this works. But with the Google Maps, it's just showing you exactly how to look for people in your exact niche of who you're looking for. So Google Maps input search terms like high-end fashion boutiques or custom furniture maker. That could be also chiropractors or med spas or different things like that. And essentially, you're focusing on a local area when you're starting. You're trying to work with people local because you don't know exactly if you're going to need to be in person. It really depends on what you're trying to do and what you're offering to the people that you're working with. And then, of course, research. You're going to be researching and looking at the listing on Google. You're going to look at the reviews that they have. You're going to see what their website looks like, and you're going to do some research. And then compile a list. This is going to be your CRM. This is where you're going to store all of your leads and everything that you have just essentially all the information that you've just combined together. And what that's going to look like is once you compile the list together, it'll probably look something like this. Something like this. This is what we have, and this is what we use at Process Delta. So this is our CRM. This is our CRM that we have built out. And essentially, each one of these is different companies, different leads. So it's company, number, lead, their Instagram, notes, outreach start date, what kind of outreach we're doing, what their lead status is, and then essentially different things like that. So it's just compiling the information into a place where you can go back to and be able to actually use it. And then you need to build out an outreach strategy. And that's where you'll then go into actually understanding Instagram outreach or LinkedIn outreach, and then the cold calling script. So essentially what you're going to do is in Instagram, if you're trying to just shoot DMs to people, which I would suggest that when you're starting, DMs can be good. It really depends on who you're trying to work with, but to build confidence and to build yourself up as a salesman or as a business owner who's trying to sell something, you are going to need to do as many cold calls as you can to run through to be able to actually get in conversation with people to understand more about relations. It's customer relations. That's literally what it is. It's customer relations, trying to talk to people and convince them that what you have is what they need, and then being able to sell them on that idea and then provide that to them. You're creating a relationship with these people. So you need to understand how to communicate with them, and cold calling will allow you to communicate on a level that is more like close, because you're talking directly to a person rather through a software to a person. And of course you could say like you're talking through your phone, but the thing is it's voice feedback. You're talking to somebody, they hear your voice, and then they reverberate back to you what it is that they're thinking or what it is that they have to respond to whatever you're saying. And that is very, very crucial when you're trying to understand how outreach works and that kind of stuff. And if you don't know where to find this, there is a link in my description down below. But also, if you are on Instagram, then you will find it in the bio above. In my it'll be a link in my Instagram bio. You can see that when you go to my profile. I don't know why that was so hard to say, but I got through it. We're good. So once you do cold calling, right, and you start to kind of understand exactly how to talk to people and you want to expand your horizons, depending on what you're doing, Instagram outreach could be the next step that you take. Instagram outreach could be essentially your saving grace in what is going to work for you. So essentially, you're going to want to set up your Instagram profile. You want to make sure that people know that you are a person, you're not a bot, and you aren't a company, but you're an individual reaching out. Because you want to frame it from that standpoint instead of a company. Because people don't want to talk to brands. People don't want to talk to companies. They want to talk to people. People want to talk to people. So in this situation, you're going to set up 6 to 9 different high quality images of you, your personality, who you are, and how you present yourself. And then essentially from there, right off the bat, once you have some photos that show who you are, you don't need to do anything special. You don't need to start making content. You don't need to start doing anything crazy. Just start doing outreach. Just begin contacting people, because a lot of people don't understand that it's all about getting in conversation. It's all about getting in conversation with somebody and actually being able to talk to them and be able to then lead them, right? Because it's all about getting in conversation. Doing content over here, if nobody knows who you are yet and you're not going out and actually actively looking for people and trying to connect with people, isn't going to do you as much justice as physically going and forcing conversation, rather than hoping for conversation and hoping people latch on to your content and then come to you. You go to people until you have built up that reputation and you have essentially something you can offer, and people actually are willing to come to you because you've established yourself. But when you're starting, you aren't established. You don't have that reputation yet. You don't have much to show for. So it's not as likely as doing outreach. Inbound marketing is not going to work as much as outreach. So keep that in mind. So going back to Instagram. So going back to Instagram, essentially, once you are done with kind of setting up your profile, then you're just going to start beginning outreach. You're just going to start to actually get in conversation with people. You're going to look up the different niches and different hashtags that associate to the niche that you're essentially targeting and the target audience you're looking for. So then you're going to go in and look at these different people, look at the different people in these industries, these different companies, these different brands, and just start blasting out DMs to every single one that you're interested in. Even if you're not interested in it, you just need to get the volume. You need to get as much as possible. The volume is key. And that is essentially what's going to allow you to actually get the most amount of people into a meeting, because your volume is high on the end of actually trying to get in conversation with people. Let's say 1 out of 10 people is going to actually book a meeting with you, and you only talk to 10 people per day, that may be only 1 meeting per day. But if you only do 5 people per day, then it's going to take you 2 days to book 1 meeting. But let's say you do 20 in a day, that's 2 meetings a day, or even 100 a day, that is 10 meetings per day. So you need to understand that you have to hit KPIs, you have to hit your key performance indicators to understand that you are doing exactly what you need to do to hit the numbers that you're trying to hit. And that's very important. So, and then engage with prospects. So you're going to follow their profile. You're going to like at least 3 posts, and even you can go into their DMs, and then all you're going to say is, hey. And this works, but also the thing is, sometimes people want to know what you're offering more than what you're not offering. So let me actually show you kind of what I've been running with recently. So let's see. So as far as it goes, let's say, so I'm starting here. So, hey, love the content, doing something personal. And then I'll just ask, are you taking on any whatever niche clients right now? I saw your post about AAA, which is AI automation agencies. We're trying to work with AI automation agencies. And essentially, after getting in a conversation like this, then you can actually communicate with somebody. And essentially, let's say they do say something positive, and then I'll say something along these sorts. Awesome. I help AI automation agencies bring in new clients, just kind of like that whole spiel. But I would say sometimes it is better to say, hey, than it is to go into actual detail about like exactly what you're going in for. But also that also states that sometimes it's better to say something like this than it is to say something just like, hey, because you can lead the conversation right off the bat, which is exactly what you're trying to do. Let's see. All right, got a few more minutes. I got a meeting at 11:30, so I need to get through this quick, very quick, very good. So start a conversation like this, or or why is it highlighted? I don't understand that. Okay. All right. So, hey, lead name. So it'd be like, hey, lead name. Sorry, I'm like adjusting this right now to actually make this a little bit better for y'all. Hey, lead name. Love the content. Personalized. So literally just make it personal to the person. If they post content, then hey, love the content. That's fine. Hey, name, love the content. And then are you taking on, and then we'll just say niche. Niche / industry. Industry. Can't spell. All right, clients right now. And I saw your post about personalized. EXP. Damn, I don't know why I keep doing this. This is kind of annoying. Stop highlighting my shit. I do not appreciate it. All right. Okay, and we'll leave it there. And essentially from there, we go into a different conversation to just talk about essentially asking about the current situation, where they're at, right? Because this essentially is asking them about their current situation. Hey, are you bringing on any new clients right now? Yes, I am. Okay, we can actually help you get more clients, something like that along those lines. And that's kind of the framework that I use. But when you're first starting, it may be useful to just test it out and just get into conversation with people. And as I go, I will start to actually change this and make it a little bit better. But essentially, this is just showcasing the outreach step-by-step framework that I used when I first started. This is what I used when I first started to do cold DMs, when I first started to get leads on Google Maps. And essentially, I still use these frameworks today, but they're just a little bit different. So they're a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to update them, and then I'm going to update them as the basic and then the more intermediate to advanced as far as the way that I use it currently. But yeah, I'm going to have to actually get off this live stream. It has been a short one. I have a meeting that I need to get to, a very important one, and I really appreciate y'all being here. This is episode 14 of Broadcast Delta. It was a very short one. It was just really going over the free resources that I have provided with y'all. You'll find it in the description or in the link in my bio on my profile on Instagram. So I hope to see y'all again tomorrow for episode 15, and I will see y'all later.